It is Monday, April 18th in the NBA, and I'm back with my two best picks of the day. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. Quick recap from yesterday. It was a 2-0 day, and normally I wouldn't bring out the brooms for that because it's only 2 wins, but MLB, boom, the brooms are out. A 3-0 day in the MLB, 5-0 on the Calling Our Shot channel. This is just a reminder. Go check out our daily MLB videos. They're posted right before this one, so definitely check it out. It was a great day for the Calling Our Shot community. We hope you guys tailed some and made some money. Now we had Daniel Tice under 17.5 PRAs. Easy money. Read that one like a book. Chris Middleton, give him a round of applause. Gets the final rebound for his over 10.5 rebounds and assists with 8 seconds left. The man's a legend. He deserves a Call on Our Shot Hall of Fame opportunity for that one. We appreciate it. Now, if you are new to the Call on Our Shot channel, do me a favor, go down below, hit that subscribe button. I believe we're about 50 subscribers away from 31,000. You could be our 31,000 subscriber if you go down below, hit that subscribe button. All the OGs, smash that like button. Let's keep running it up. Now, if we helped you make some money yesterday, consider becoming an all-star. We appreciate all our COS All-Stars out there. It's our YouTube membership. Get some cool extra perks. One of the biggest ones, you get the plays an hour early in case the lines tend to change, which they do throughout the day. So definitely check it out. Only costs $2.99 a month. And if you want to become one, click the join button on the channel. The link in the description or the link in the pinned comment section down below. We certainly would appreciate it. Now our newest All-Stars, Johnny, Ed Baker, Spruxes, Jose, Ben, and then Eli. Look, we can't do it without you guys. Thank you guys again so much for supporting the channel. Just my last note, though, as a reminder that you can now download these videos in podcast form. So in case you're on the go, you're driving in the car on the day to work, you can definitely click the, you can just go to wherever you get your podcast, type in Call on Our Shot, and you'll be able to download it there. If you want to give us a good rating, too, we would appreciate it. We have a cool sponsor for our downloads, so we'll announce that in a little bit. It's a really cool, exciting one. But either way, really, I got no other notes. Let's hop right in. It's Monday. We got 3 NBA playoff games. We're going to talk about each of these games, but we're going to give you 2 official picks. We're going to the Nuggets versus Warriors game, the latest game on the slate. I'm going Will Barton over 24.5 PRAs, -120 on DraftKings. Now, taking a step back, if you don't have PRA lines, which is points, rebounds, and assists, I would just take his points line at 15.5. Now, the question here, you've seen, I've been doing these picks. We've been given a lot of unders, but I like this over for Will Barton for a couple different reasons. Now, Will Barton, give him some credit. He stepped up in game 1, and he nearly hit this over in just points alone. He had 24 points, chipping in 6 rebounds and 5 assists. Now, he had 12 rebound chances and 10 assist chances. So I think the rebounds and assists will be consistently steady there. I don't think he's necessarily going to go from 11 rebounds and assists in game 1 to 2 in game 2. I just don't see that happening. Now, the Nuggets, they're limited on playmakers. They got Jokic, and look, Jokic can't do the whole show. They're going to lose if they're going to rely on Jokic to literally have a triple-double every single night. The Warriors are a good enough defensive team to stop that. And look, they're going to need Barton to contribute, not only score the basketball and facilitate for the team. So it's not a surprise that we saw him shoot 18 times. Now he did shoot well, 10 for 18 from the field, but I believe he's pretty much certain for 15-plus field goal attempts every single night. That was a game in which Jokic attempted 25 field goal attempts. And look, Jokic is going to continue to be the main focus on the defensive end for the Warriors. They're going to channel all their defensive energy towards him. I mean, he's the MVP. He's the reigning MVP, likely the back-to-back MVP. There's a reason he's going to be there. That's because that's how good he is. And so I don't see the Warriors' game plan changing a whole lot. They did a really good job defending Jokic, really limiting him. He went way under his PRA line. I think they're going to try to do that again. Limit him on offense and on defense. Really make it tough on him to score. And you're going to look at the Nuggets, who are without Michael Porter Jr., still without Jamal Murray. They're going to need Barton to step up. And so that's why I think he's going to be shooting 15-plus times. Or for what it's worth, in his last 25 games with 15-plus field goal attempts, hit this over in 21 of them. So this is playable at 25.5 PRAs. So we'll just take his over 15.5 points. I think the Nuggets are going to really need Will Barton to step up, not only tonight, but in this whole series long without Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. Look, it's Jokic, then it's Barton, and then really, who's the next guy that's going to score? Aaron Gordon, we'll talk about him in a little bit. Monte Morris, solid, but not going to shoot a ton of volume. So I think it's going to be Will Barton taking a lot of field goal attempts right alongside Jokic. We're riding Will Barton over 24.5 PRAs. Now, moving on to the earlier game on the slate, Jazz versus Mavericks. Taking Donovan Mitchell over 27.5 points, -120 on Caesars. Fine with this if it does go up to 28.5. Now, look, when the playoffs come, yeah, Donovan Mitchell, ball hog mode, activated. And not that he's not a ball hog in the regular season, but he turns it up 4 extra notches because we saw him in game 1. 32 points on 10 of 29 shooting. Oh, man, 29 field goal attempts, scoring 32 points. Not very efficient, but hey, you got it done, and there's no reason if you're the Mavericks to change the defensive scheme. If anything, they're going to give more attention to Bojan Bogdanovic. Happy birthday, by the way, to Bojan. But look, they did a good job defending Mitchell. I don't see them changing it too much. Now they'll give him some different looks because you don't give the star look you don't give a star player the same looks, or else he's just going to absolutely abuse you the next game. But still, since 2020, we've seen Mitchell dominate in the postseason. He's played 18 playoff games, averaged 33.8 field goal attempts, 33.8 points per game. It's the guy that hit this over in 14 of his last 18 playoff games, scoring 20 plus points in all 18 of them. He's averaged 23.4 field goal attempts in those 18 games. Like I said, ball hog mode, turn it up one more notch. Now, 4 games he went under. Well, 3 of them he shot less than 20 times. So if the field goal attempts aren't going to be there for Mitchell, then I can live with it. But I think he's going to continue to shoot the ball a ton because these are big games for the Mavericks, or big games for the Jazz, trying to steal them on the road in Dallas before Luka comes back, which Luka not expected to play tonight, but should be back for Game 3 if I had to guess. Now, look, in those 18 games, shot 20-plus times in 13 of them. He shot 20-plus times in 42 regular season games this year. In those games, he scored 28-plus points, hitting the over in 25 of 42 games. And look, he averaged 8.1 free throw attempts per game over the last 3 years in the playoffs. Did not nearly average that many in the regular season. He's going to get some playoff calls. He's a star. He's going to get those free throw calls, and he's going to continue to be aggressive. Now, my argument, like I said, he can't possibly shoot worse than he did in Game 1. Now, if he goes out there and shoots 29 times and goes like 6 for 29, and so be it. I can live with this as a loss, but I think he's going to shoot a little bit better today. I mean, he was under 40%, but the field goal attempt should continue to be there in those mid to upper 20s, and I think he's going to continue to shoot a ton. So I love Donovan Mitchell. I love his over 27.5 points. I think it's a little bit too low for a guy that's averaging 33.8 points per game over his last 18 playoff games since 2020. I think this guy that's going to continue to shoot the ball. The Jazz need him to score the basketball, and without him scoring, you really look at Bojan Bogdanovic, who I think will get a little bit more defensive focus today after he scored like 26 points in Game 1. Mike Conley, not really much of a factor, and then Rudy Gobert, he attempted one more field goal attempt than you and I, and we were both watching the game on the couch or at the bar. Like, they're not going to give it to Rudy Gobert all too much. Don't mind his under in points, although he better get more than one field goal attempt tonight. But either way, give me Donovan Mitchell over 27.5 points, minus 120 on Caesars. Now, those are my 2 official plays. Let's talk about the other game, at least on the slate, and then give you a couple leans. Raptors versus Sixers. Now, don't mind Joel Embiid's under in points, but here's a sneaky one. Tyrese Maxey, under 18.5 points. I could be completely off on this one, but look, there's a couple different reasons why I'd lean it. Now, sure, Austin, I see the comments. Austin, this guy just dropped 38 points. That's why it's not an official play. But look, if you're the Raptors, and you're going to be without Gary Trent Jr., potentially, without Scotty Barnes, without Thaddeus Young, I don't really care what defense you play. There's no way they let Tyrese Maxey beat him again. I love Tyrese Maxey. I argue he should be in the NBA most improved player conversation, but come on, you're not letting him drop 38 points. He also stayed in the game after they yanked all the starters trying to get 40. Like, you got to take that a little bit personal, and I don't think they let Tyrese Maxey beat him today. Say, you know what, Tobias Harris, you can go beat us again. Joel Embiid, sure, fine. But Tyrese Maxey, we're not letting it happen once again. So maybe proves me wrong. Like I said, it's just a lean for the under, but I know a lot of people are just going to go see 18.5. This guy just scored 38 points and just take the over. Like, it's the NBA playoffs, teams make adjustments, and I do not see Tyrese Maxey getting as many open looks as he did in Game 1 as he will in Game 2. So just the lean, just kind of where I stand on Mr. Maxey tonight. Now, another one I did like, Aaron Gordon, under 15.5 points. Just go to StatMuse, type in Aaron Gordon game log versus the Warriors, including the playoffs, and you'll see what I mean, because this guy really struggles against the Warriors. Very tough defensive team. I didn't watch a ton of Game 1 to see if he had Draymond Green on him, because I know they kind of played a little bit of small ball with Draymond kind of guarding Jokic and whatnot, but look, the proof's in the pudding. He's really struggled against the Warriors. Scored 8 points in Game 1. Even when shooting 11 times, this guy's shooting like 3 for 11, 4 for 10, 2 for 9. This guy's not shooting the ball all too well. The Warriors kind of got everyone back, and so I don't mind taking his under in this one. 15.5 points, a lot of points. And look, Will Barton's going to go out there and ball hog. That's at least my hope. Now, another game that will staying in the same game, Klay Thompson, don't mind his under 23.5 points. I think this line's a little bit too high. We saw in Game 1, he played really well. 7 for 15, 5 for 10 from 3. Only 19 points. Like, I don't see the field goal attempts coming too much to Klay Thompson. Trust me, I watched the game. He was firing it up. He was doing a ton of shots. And look, Steph and Jordan Poole both are back, although Jordan Poole, he doesn't have a line because who knows if Steph is starting or not, but I don't see how you can take Poole out of the starting lineup. But still, I don't see Klay Thompson, 24 points in a playoff game, still working his way back from injury. Sure, he's played a lot of games under his belt, but still, his playoff game, a little playoff intensity, and I don't see the Nuggets letting him shoot 5 for 10 from 3 once again. They're going to probably try to key in on Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson today, make a guy like, I don't know, Otto Porter Jr., Kevon Looney, Draymond Green beat you offensively, score points rather than letting those two guys get loose on the three-point line. And then my last lean, I'd go back to Dinwiddie. I'd take his under 6.5 assists. Now, I don't have a line for it. I'll put TBD, but these are all leans, obviously, but Dinwiddie, he had 10 assist chances in game 1, and he turned it into 8 assists. That's not, you can't continue that efficiency all season long. So I would consider his under, assuming Luka's back. Obviously, if Luka isn't back, I mean, if Luka's back, this line's no chance at 6.5. But if Luka isn't there, imagine his line comes 6.5 again. People see, oh, he had 8 assists. I'm taking it again. I just don't think I'm getting 10 assists. You look at the Jazz, very tough defensive team to get assists against. Sure, he had 8, and he had converted 80% of them. Don't see that happening once again. So those are my couple leans. Obviously, your 2 official picks: Will Barton over 24.5 PRAs, Donovan Mitchell over 27.5 points. And a reminder, if you want to become a COS All-Star, click that join button on the channel, link in the description or a link in the pinned comment. We certainly would appreciate it. I'll shout you out in tomorrow's video. I'll put the MLB video posted up on the screen. It will be also posted before this one like it normally is, so definitely check that out. I appreciate you guys as always. This has been Austin. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.